Hi, everybody. This is Judy Weintraub. I am delighted to have with us today Shirlene Reeves. Shirlene was awarded Top Motivational Speaker and Top Business Coach in 2020 and Empowered Woman in 2021 by the International Association of Top Professionals. She is the four-time award-winning international best-selling author of Selling Through Your Heart, empowering you to build relationships for financial freedom. In 2019, the Women Economic Forum honored Dr. Shirlene with the Exceptional Woman of Excellence. As a dynamic, results-driven leader, she runs the Authors and Speakers Visibility Playground Facebook group, including a free weekly business referral mastermind. While serving as the CEO of her own nationwide California corporation for 17 plus years, Dr. Shirlene proved her ability to grow her own business from zero to multi-millions, employing over 23,000 people working on her team. Wow, that's really impressive. Shirlene aids her clientele in transforming their businesses with intuitive, step-by-step, heart-based profitability program development and heart-based sales while building confidence in media training and marketing visibility. Shirlene, I'm so delighted to have you today on the Skill Bites Show.
Judy, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be with you.
Well, I'd love to start with how you grew your business to multi-millions and how you were able to manage 23,000 people on your team. What kind of business was it? And tell us how you got there.
Happy to share that with you. It was a document signing service, and it was interesting how I got to the point of having 23,000. Because it all started with just me. And you know, when we first start our business, we think we can do it all, right? Well, I worked so hard that it put me in the hospital. And that's what made me realize that I had to learn how to bring people onto my team that I could work with so that I could expand my business. And I think that's what is a problem for a lot of entrepreneurs, because they think, oh, I can't afford to do it. But the reality is, if you don't do it, you really can't expand, and it'll definitely affect your health. So I was in the hospital signing and notarizing loan documents on my lap. And of course, the nurses were not happy with it at all. They said, no, you can't be doing this. But I had to do it because I had deadlines to meet. And that's one of the ways that you really build your business, is allowing others to trust who you are and that you're going to provide the service that you promise.
Well, I'm so glad that you were able to recover and move into a more healthy space for yourself.
Yes, and it's not easy. I mean, that's a big step to move forward on when you're trying to bring people on, and especially when you have 23,000 ultimately, but I had a staff of 17 inside. So that really helped me out a lot. And I only took on the biggest challenges that we had. So I got to work on developing the company, working on the company rather than in it.
Mm-hmm. I love your topic today, is how to take your $10 book and turn it into $10,000. I'd love to hear how you do that, but maybe start off with what you believe is the biggest challenge when it comes to selling our published books.
Well, I think the biggest challenge is that we don't have anything to go with it. And what happens is we put it on Amazon and people buy it, and we may even do an Amazon bestseller. That seems to be a favorite of everybody's nowadays. Sadly, maybe a month later, only 30 days after it goes number one, it just plummets right to the bottom. Have you ever noticed that?
Yes, yes.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly what it is. And there really is no amount of marketing that can keep it at the top. I've tried everything. Believe me, I've tried. I've tried marketing on Facebook. I've done LinkedIn. I've stood on stage after stage. And yes, they buy it there when they see me and they hear me talking, but the rest of the time it sits down low. So I thought to myself, how can I sell this book? Because it has a lot of different components to it. It talks about how to build your business. It talks about sales from a heart-based position, media, and how to get to be an expert in your industry. And then it talks about what to do with your money, because I was a certified financial educator on business and colleges for so long. So I talk about what to do with your money once you make it. So it kind of takes you on a journey. And I thought, my gosh, there's so much good information in this book. And as you saw, I've received a lot of awards for it. And yet it kind of wallows down on the bottom with everybody else. You know, I'm no different than any of the rest of the authors out there. Judy, you probably know this. When we're trying to write a book, we're just like, our mind is in it and it goes on and on. And I had 11 edits on my book. It took a long time to get it out, and it has 367 pages. So I had to read it and read it and read it with the editor to get it done right, thinking, oh, everybody's going to love this. It's so easy to implement what I've shared. I've done it myself. But still, it went right to the bottom. And I thought, I got to do something about this. So the question is, do you want to know what I did?
Absolutely. That was my next question. So what did you do about it?
Well, because I've been in business so long and I'm really good at creating programs, I decided to put programs with the different segments of the book. And it made all the difference in the world, because now I use those segments in my book when I'm teaching my program. So that's what I did. And it makes a huge difference. And that's how I turned my book into $10,000. When you think about getting new clients, over time, you have to think about what the value is, what they're going to do with you, and how it's going to make a difference in their business.
What kind of programs are you talking about? Are these like digital courses? Are they like masterminds? How did you do your programs?
My course that I teach is heart-based profitable programs. And I teach them how to create a 6-week program, and we do it step by step. I take them through each module of 6 weeks. And they can do this virtually, they can do this live in a mastermind, or however they want to do it, but they have a 6-week program. And the first program should always be the overall of the different things that you teach, so that they know who you are as coach, and they can pick through whatever it is that they want to learn. So I have 4 courses now. I have the course to teach that first group of programs. Then I teach them the $20 Easy Yes. The $20 Easy Yes is what enrolls them into your program. And then I also teach how to build your business. I do a lot of that with my clients. And then the 4th one that I have is all about media and how to get your name out there and how to be a followed expert in your industry. Once you learn how to do that, you're pretty much done. You know, people keep doing and doing and doing, and they may learn how to do something, but they don't follow through. Have you noticed how many authors will learn what to, and maybe they have a course by the time you're done, and then they go running off to find another coach, and they start all over again, and that's because they don't want to sell it. And so I also teach heart-based sales. That's a big part of what I do that makes it very, very easy. So when you come in with me, you do the profitable programs, then you do the Easy Yes, then you do the heart-based sales, then you do the media. And when you get done with those courses, you have everything that you need to run your business.
Wow, that sounds great. I mean, these courses are 6 weeks each?
No, not always. They're different.
Okay.
Some are 9 weeks, some, like the sales course is 8 weeks, and then I go on for much longer once a week with them, because what happens is they'll go out and they'll meet somebody and talk to them, and then they'll come back to me and say, okay, what do I do next? And so I tell them what to do next, and then they sell their program. But they have to have a program to sell, and it's always good to have a book that goes along with your program. Like one client I'm working with right now, she wrote a memoir, and she said, you know, how am I going to sell that for $10,000? How am I going to put a program together for that? And I told her, I said, at the last chapter is where you have all the juicy stuff, and we'll create a program around that. And then they can read about you and your memoir if they want to hire you as a coach. So it kind of goes together.
Somewhere around 6 to 9 months of going through your various programs, you've got the foundations for your building your own business.
The reality is, once you put these pieces together, then you say, well, now what am I going to do? Because there's nothing else to do but sell into your courses and teach your course. And they're already all laid out, so you just repeat the same thing over and over again. And that's when it becomes, your business and your book become a cash cow, as we like to call it, and you just keep making an income.
What you can do as you're developing your programs, you can go back in and edit your book to put in the links for people who want to actually learn how to implement what's in your book, to go to the landing page to sign up for your programs.
Correct.
You don't necessarily have to have them fully developed at the time you write your book.
Nope.
You can get your book out there so you can start to generate some leads and some buzz and traffic and all, and then develop your programs and put the links back in your book. Or you can even then take your book and make it into the individual short books that go with each program.
That's
so
right.
Then you have you become a serial author because you have the big book, and then you have 4 or 5 mini books as well.
Exactly right. But I'm going to tell you the other juicy thing that I did. You know, some people have written books 2-3 years ago, right? And they go, you know, it's so old, I don't even remember what's in it. Well, you just made a really good point. You can break it apart, or you can change some of the chapters in it and just change the cover. Then you can enter your book for awards. And when you enter your book for awards, suddenly you get all this PR that you didn't have otherwise, that makes people aware of what you're doing. So there's the International Association of Publishers. There's the I've got them all, but I can't remember them all.
There are a lot of awards out there.
There's also a lot of competition. So when you get those awards, it's quite an honor that you've competed against that many people and gotten the awards that you get. But the thing is, you got to change out the cover and add a chapter and make it the new improved or something like that. And then you can go ahead and enter it in the awards.
Right, and change your copyright date so that it's a current date. And sometimes you don't have to do much to the cover. You can add a banner at the top that says updated edition or something like that.
Exactly. And it just makes a huge difference, because then when people are wanting to buy your courses, you have all those awards behind you. That makes a really big difference, because a lot of people don't go for the awards. I don't know if they don't know they have them available, or they're just too afraid to do the compete. But it's so worth it, and it doesn't cost a lot to enter. That's a really good thing too. But you do normally have to send 2 books along with your check. You'll always know the date for when they're going to present the awards. My favorite one is the Next Generation Indie Awards, because you get a medal and you're on stage. It's like winning at the Olympics. It's a really good feeling.
Very impressive.
See?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty nice thing to do, is to stand on stage and receive an award like this. And then, of course, you always have labels to put on your book so that when you do your cover the next time, that you can already have those award labels on your book. But you get sticky ones to put on until that time.
And there are a lot of different award programs out there. You kind of have to be a little careful.
Yes.
Make sure that you're looking to apply to one that's really legitimate.
New York Big Books, that's another really good one. And they have quite a following. And that's the thing, you want to make sure that there's a following. And a lot of times, like my editor, he put my book in his newsletter, so that got out to a lot of people also. His whole database it went out to. And then when I got the awards, he sent it out again to his people. So that was really nice that he helped me along with that. My suggestion is that you go for the awards, you develop the programs, and then you've got all the cash flow you need. And it really doesn't matter where it sits on Amazon, as long as people can get to it. That's all that matters.
So I'd love if you could give us a few of your tips from your program on getting media exposure.
Oh, sure, no problem. Doing things like this is really, really important. It's hard to get media exposure that is viable if you don't have any programs to help people along with. You always have to have something in your foundation to stand on so that people will want to buy your book. That's the whole point. I spent 2 years putting my book together. I have my book available. You can see my awards if you were looking at the video. And you have the ability to know that once you get the awards, then you become an industry expert. The best thing is, though, you have to have something to offer your clients. It's no good to stand on stage and just say, buy my book, and here's what's in it. That's no good, because people read your book and then they want to know, what can I do with you? What more do you have that I can participate in and learn? And that's what really makes the difference. Selling Through Your Heart is the name of my book, empowering you to build relationships for financial freedom. Really makes a difference in the lives of my clients, and it's made a huge difference in my own life. I took everything that I've known for so many years. My intention was to leave a legacy. And when you put programs together, then you have more of a knowledge about why you wrote the book, the purpose of the book, and what you want to do with it, and how it can help others. And really, isn't it all about helping others?
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's a wonderful legacy.
And I felt really good when it finally got published, because I thought, I finally have something to leave to others.
How would people get in touch with you if they would like to, say, subscribe to one of your programs or work with you individually?
Well, I can give you a calendar invite that you can put on the page if you like. And then also, people have such a problem with creating cash. So I put together a guide on how to create cash flow. And I think you'll love it, because it gives you really good ideas that came from what I taught as a certified financial educator. And it teaches you how to put money in your pocket. Isn't that the most important thing right now? Isn't that what we're trying to do?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yes.
Can't keep
and so
investing
it's in that
in
as well.
business.
The link for it is in that also.
Okay, excellent. Very good. So I think you had given me the link of, it's a bit.ly link, bit.ly, bit.ly/how to create cash flow.
It gives you a lot of information. It's not a big book. It's a small guide. And it just gives you a taste of what you can do to shift your cash flow and get it so it is doing a consistent flow. Because that's really what you want to do, is a consistent income, not this up and down, up and down, up and down. 1 month good, next month terrible, next month good, next month terrible. you will always want to try and create a consistent cash flow so that you can pay your bills and you know how much you can spend.
Right. And frankly, short books are great because most people don't have the energy or interest in reading long books anyway. So in this short book, you can learn how to create cash flow. Okay. Well, Shirlene, thanks so much for being with us today. I really appreciate your time and your
And
expertise.
thank you for having me.